right, peace. I came back on here this evening. Um, I just want to give thanks to the Great Mother. Um, Great Mother, to all the ancestral spirits, all the archangels, all the angels, ancestors. May y'all all guide us and protect those that are striving for righteousness, and that are protect us from those that are claiming to be righteous, but they are actually unrighteous. And I want to say Ashe to the Great Mother ancestors, the archangels and the angels and the ancestors. If I didn't say that, I come back on here. I spoke to my last living grandmother, um, and I just wanted to speak to y'all, like, but it's not really pertaining to me. But I want to let y'all know what my grandmother said. If y'all just bear with me, my grandmother is Native American. Hey, Miss Shelley. My grandmother is indigenous. Her dad um is indigenous. He had multiple Native indigenous tribes in his bloodline. And my great grandmother, her mom, she had, you know, not just indigenous but African blood. And then my father's father, they came from Louisiana, which deals with the French, the Creole, and the Haitian bloodline, all of that, all the way back into Benin, Nigeria, and all of that, right? So, but my grandmother told me something. My grandfather, like, I don't like saying step grandfather, but my grandfather, back before he passed in 1994, he told my grandmother that him he's going to grow to be something special, and he always had good vibes about me. And my grandma was going on 85, and she, the devoted Christian. I don't knock nobody's religion, and she said, "You got great things to do," and your grandfather saw it. I don't know. I just started bursting out into tears because I never had thought my grandfather ever said anything like that. Man, been gone for night since 1994, right? And I never knew he thought that highly of me. Recently, my godfather in Ifa, he told me, he spoke to me and he was like, "My name is Derek." He said, um, "Hi." So my godfather in Ifa, I talked to him recently, and he was like, "Derek, you was spared because I had a stroke like a couple years ago." He's like, "You was spared." He was like, and his wife told me, they was like, "The creators, you have a calling." I never forget that. But he told me, he said that God, he said, "You have greatness in you," and it's always said that you have greatness. He said, "If you don't do it this lifetime, you have other lifetimes." And I said, "No, Bob, I'm doing it this lifetime. I'm doing it this lifetime." Hi, everybody. He's like, I said, "I'm doing it this lifetime. I'm doing it this lifetime. I have to do it this lifetime. I have a family, right? Children, so on." And I look back, and thank you. Matter of fact, Miss Shelley, I bet you that's some of them people. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that's some of them people. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I can't even talk about something positive without cronies and stuff like that. But peace. But like I was saying, I came here and I look back what my godfather said, and I look back at everything that's since I passed. since I actually had great things to through everything I have been going through for the last 3 to 4 years with the stalking, as you all see, people constantly trying to come after me, and me and Miss Shelly know where it's coming from. I'm gonna get to the point. Like I said earlier in my earlier stream, people that can't. I ain't say this, but I'm gonna say it. You have people that can teach because Miss Shelly told me this. You have people that can teach, and you have people that can't teach. I'm a prime example. I taught people since they were 16, 18 about the occult, spirituality. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of them are into tech and have their own tech companies. One of my students called me the other day and she said, "You know what, bro? You shouldn't just do YouTube." She's like, "I'll create you a web page. I'll create you online service where you can just go ahead and me and you and others can just talk about spirituality and consciousness. Peace, how you doing?" And she was like, "We could talk about the Anunnaki and all of that." She's like, "Derek, it's up to you." That's what she said. It's up to you. You done taught me so much about how the way the water moves and then mommy water and so on. The platform, nation. And she said, "It's in your." She told me, she's like, "It's your time to shine." And I told her, said before and they that's what y'all saw that, right? They buffering me because I'm saying something real. I want to be like many others that's on here that actually went through the rites of passage and start teaching about life after death, about what's really going on, and knowing that my grandfather like saw that specialness in me, it really hit me hard. Then my godfather telling me the same thing. He said that the Lord has something in store for you for greatness. He said the Lord have something great for you dealing with greatness and excellence. Did y'all ever have that happen to y'all where somebody saw the greatness in you? You didn't see it in yourself, but others see it in you. And all you're doing is just living your life. Not everybody can achieve your greatness, and you can. Not many of us don't make it this lifetime to achieve that greatness. But I'm here to tell you that those that are watching, you are here to achieve your greatness. Whatever the greatness that you have to achieve, you're going to accomplish it this lifetime. It don't matter how old you are. Matter of fact, what's that guy named Winston Churchill? Did y'all know he became successful later in his life? You know, you got people that want to be rappers and they probably in their 40s, but instead of being a rapper, own your label. Own your label. Own a label and push forward your music. Own your masters. Do that. Show the capabilities of achieving. You got people that's in the music that's trying to make it in the music, they in their 40s. You got people that's in their 50s trying to make it into music. But if you have that time, create your label. Own your rights, your masters. That's residual income. So if you start making it, you blow up, and them sales keep coming, and you make a platinum album, that's money going in your pocket. You're building generational wealth. How many of you seen the greatness within yourself and you've been told that, but you live your life every day and not really thinking about it? I really want everybody to realize that it went from 27 people to all now something is two. And Miss Shirley, I'm telling you who it was. It was them cronies. You saw how the way they start posting crazy stuff. This how you know YouTube have a lot of low vibrational entities and beings on here. When you are talking good things, you got negative energy try to pop up out of nowhere. And I'm just giving a message because many of you that's watching, I don't care how many watch, whoever gonna watch it, just know that you have special gifts that's been given to you by the Creator. Special gifts that was given to you by the Creator. You might not get it at the age you are now, but you might have a chance to live longer, and the next thing you know, you go through it, and then you see it. There's nothing. You're never too late to achieve your goals that's been sent to you. See, there was a person that stayed in my household, and they thought I was bashing them because they wanted to be a rapper, and I said no. Instead of being a rapper, get a label, own a label, then start buying and owning your masters. In order for you to become successful, when you're around others that's trying to tell you something to achieve your goals to make things better for you, enough said. I kid you not. I have family in the music industry, family members, and they're famous. My grandmother told me, but I choose not to go in there. I have access to get people in it because of my oldest child's godfather, but I choose not because me and him both made a decision not to do that because the stuff that he's seen. You can achieve anything. All you that's watching have gifts. Even y'all that are unrighteous have gifts too. Did you know that? Because the negative side of things, know it or not, you are an aspect of the Creator living that experience of being negative. Did you know that? See, I don't like naming names on people, so it's like I really want people to really understand this. That's why you have the yin and yang, the positive, the negative. The positive and negative bring supreme balance to what? The universe, to the planet. You can't have more positivity than negativity. You can't have more negativity without positivity. It is duality. It is what? Straight and narrow. Nobody don't want to talk about the negative side. They want to constantly talk about the positive side. You cannot have more than the other. You're supposed to have supreme balance. You have to master your dark side and your light side. But in order to master your light side, you have to master your dark side. That's why they call it shadow work. Trust me, a lot of people that's going to be watching, a lot of y'all don't want to do shadow work. Y'all just want to go straight to the light and claim it. I'm a light being. I'm a light being. No, 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 no. You're not a light being because you didn't do work on yourself. You didn't get the help. You didn't go through probably a therapist. You probably didn't even go through finding out the dark side of you that makes you you, which brings out that light side of you, that etheric side of you. See, we have to realize it's too many people out here that think they know but don't know. In order to achieve enlightenment, you got to go through the dark, then the light. Heck, Bobby Hemmett said the same thing. Matter of fact, there's a movie, Robert Downey Jr., Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. One of the ones he had to go through the dark side to get enlightenment. And he had the Baphomet there and everything. He had to go through all of that. And he achieved enlightenment even more. He said it. He said it in the movie. Do y'all even realize the Baphomet represents the Moors? I mean, seriously, all jokes aside, the Baphomet represents the Moors. And everybody don't want to talk about that. Everybody wants to say, the Baphomet is evil, it's the devil. Not one of y'all ever seen the devil in your lifetime. Do you know that the word devil means live spelled backwards? Compliments of Dr. Malachi York L. How about this? How many people know a person named Damien and Damon? Did you know the word Damien or the word Damon means demon? Look it up. But yet you don't want to talk about stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that person's a demon though. Don't you know that there's certain cultures that in certain cultures that there were good demons and bad demons in certain cultures. But do you know what you find out? That those same things the creator created. Know it or not, you have your own inner demons that you have to face. Your dark side, your dark self, to get to your higher self. Brother New said something years ago to me, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna share it with you. You have assigned to you 72 angels and 72 demons assigned to you. Those 72 demons that are assigned to you, they're called the Goya. I heard of that. The They are the lesser keys of Solomon. Then you have the angels that are assigned to you, the 72 angels that are assigned to you. 72 demons, 72 angels. They are both assigned to you. The angels are called are connected to the greater keys of Solomon. You have approximately 33 vertebrae on your spinal cord. The 33 vertebrae is equivalent to the 33rd degree Freemasons, and also the 33 vertebrae of your spinal cord lead you to Jacob's ladder, which leads you to the Most High. What is the Most High? Your higher self. You got to remember, you have a spark of the Creator in you, even if you are negative or positive. See, nobody want to talk about this. Everybody's scared because everybody wants, I got to go to the light. I got to go to the light. You don't want to talk about that dark side of you. How many of y'all ever told the real, honest to God truth? How many of y'all thought y'all didn't? Y'all told a white lie. So you got to start thinking about this. I'm not saying, oh, worship. No, I'm just trying to put out facts out there. Look this stuff up. The greater keys, lesser keys of Solomon. Then at the same time, the 72 angels, the 72 Goya that's been assigned to you for Goetia. Goetia, not Goya, but Goetia. Think about that. Bobby Hemmett talked about this too. Add 72 and 72 up, and what do you have? 144. 144 equals the number 9. Damn. Ain't that something? What year we're in the Gregorian calendar equals number 9. 9 deals with divine completion. It also is the number for Oya in Ifa Santeria. See, nobody don't want to talk about this. And by the way, I found out the Azuli, the Loa that I was speaking about earlier on my first live. Matter of fact, Puffy, who you call Puff Daddy or Sean Combs, had her tattoo on his back. That's why he catching hell. Her name is Azuli Dantor. Look her up. E L I Z. I can't. I'm making sure I'm trying to spell it. I think it's spelled Ezuli Dantor. I think that's how you pronounce. And you spell Dantor. Um, Dantor. Look her up. She is also dealing with justice against children and women. And he has a tattoo on his back. Thanks to a brother. You know who you are. I spoke to you before. Uh, I can't remember your name all the way, but they'll come back to me. Okay? But I'll mention you again for you mentioning that I think a year ago or two. Okay? We gotta really start thinking about this. Um, These people are trying to bring war on our science. And I'm talking to you, melanated brothers and sisters. You were given that Bible, and you were told this is all you need. Here you go, 400, 600 years, whatever, 500 years, whatever, and you still praying to the God in the Bible. Little do you know that that Bible been taken from different ancient African texts across the globe, put into one book. In one book. And yet, here you go on a Sunday going to church. I'm going to go to this temple and I'm going to pray to Jesus and pray to God Almighty because Jesus is going to save me. No problem, Brother Tim. Jesus is going to save me. Peace, Brother Tim. Jesus is going to save me and going to help me get out these rut I'm in. I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm just trying to let you know the spell that you're under. You're under a serious spell. Like Dr. Malachi York said, it is the ghost spell or God spell. But he say ghost spell. It's a spell put on you, and you don't even realize that you're being taught to do rites, which we call rituals. I mean, rites, what is rituals? What we call rites. Nobody don't want to talk about that. Do you know that the Vatican is using a lot of our ancient sciences and practices on us every day, using it in front of us, and nobody's not catching it? The Vatican control modern day Islam. The Vatican control modern day Islam, Judaism, even down to what is it? They also control what is it? Judaism, Christianity, and modern day Islam. There's another thing they control. Did y'all know they also have a connection to the Dalai Lama? The Dalai Lama is related to Charles and them. Yeah, the so-called king. He's related to them. But yet, here we go. You listen to Goody. Here we go. You listening to me talk, and I'm telling you facts. I'm not here to belittle nobody's religion. I said earlier, whatever religion you are, that is your base. You have to be open now. See, I was talking about, open. Everybody talking about that they ever go through and find out how, especially they were through family members and people that they thought that that passed on. But I have to bring this information out because something is telling me to tell you this. Whomever's watching, I don't care if it's basic. I don't give a damn anymore. But I will say, when it comes down to it, do the research and find out for yourself. Don't go by what I say. Here you go. Years later, people still talking about the cabal and all of that. Look, the cabal is. They say, oh, the cabal is the Illuminati and all of that. Listen, the word Illuminati means enlightened ones. It has nothing to do with them. You know who the real enlightened ones were? You, melanated people in the beginning. You were what? You were the great scientists. You were the creators. You were the gods and goddesses. You lost your power. Did you know that you used to talk don't you know we used to talk telepathically to one another at one point in time? That whole reptilian war, all that other stuff. Did y'all know that this planet was actually originally a war planet? Many of y'all don't even realize they put it in the movies about the Titans and the gods. The Star Children, all this stuff is interconnected, but nobody don't want to talk about this. If you saw the movie Hancock, Charlize Theron's character, when Will Smith had an amnesia, his character had amnesia, he asked her in the movie, "What are we?" He was like, well, she was like, well, some of we've been called gods, angels, and she said, what happened? We the last two, and she said, what happened? The last two, when they the last two, and what happened? They were one and the same, the yin and yang, and not just the yin and yang. They were what you call twin flames. All the others passed form because they connected with one another. But if he had to distance himself to keep the power and to keep her alive too. So what she do? She had to get her own family with a human, with a mortal, and pretty much took that man's son as her own. But in the movie, she said, "I'm more powerful." Why is that? That goes back into the divine feminine. See, I'm not trying to be too high on the information I'm sharing with you. It's real common if you think about it. Men, you have an X chromosome, and then you have a Y. That Y chromosome is a broken X. In the beginning of your mother's pregnancy, the doctors could not tell if you were male or female because in the beginning stages of that the beginning stages of the pregnancy or the first trimester, you were female first. You were inside the womb, which is water. It is not hard to see that. Yes. Yes. Okay. That was my daughter talking to me. I have a family. I have a woman at home. I don't have to lie about none of the stuff I say. Miss Shelley, you know what I'm talking about, and Brother Tim, you know who I'm talking about. And also, I want to let it be known, I don't. I stay at this. I've been staying at the same place for the last 4 years, almost 5 years, and I've been here, keep my mouth shut about a lot of things. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for no money. All I want to do is to build this particular channel to help out our people and many others. What is wrong with that? You don't hear me saying, hey, you can send a donation. I don't have time for that. I don't. My heart is golden. I talked to Miss Shelley on the phone. Heck, Brother Tim, shoot, I'll give you just, you know what? If you have my email, man, I'll give it to you. Y'all can contact me. I am just like y'all. It's just that I am just like you, a spiritual being living a human experience, and I'm not looking down upon nobody. That's not what I do. Miss Shelley talks to me all the time. She'll tell everybody, oh, he's humble. I like listening to his lives because he's not, being defensive. He's not putting down people. I have no time for that. Whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. See, we have to really start listening and watching these people talking all of this spiritual stuff, and then it's like I just let it be known before I even really start going in. I want to get initiated first. I want to go through the rites of passage. I was literally told that I came here to help out the diaspora spiritually and so on by other priests. You came here to help out the diaspora. This was exactly what they said. You came here to help out the diaspora, to wake them up, to help wake them up, and to help them with their problems. You know how many people told me that I supposed to have been wealthy by now to give back to the community? Numerous people. But I have to go through this to get the humble side of things so I can know and use discernment. My godfather said to me literally, in order for you to become, in order for greatness to come, the only person you have to impress is the Lord or God. That's what my godfather told me. And for the record, he's an Ifa priest. I just want to let y'all to know. And I want to let that person know that keep on saying Ifa is demonic and it's witchcraft. I want to let you know it's not. How you gonna bash something that's your science, man? You don't bash something that's your science and you don't know nothing about. If you don't know about it, got plenty of books. You can go online and read more about it. But I have to put that out there because I'm getting tired of that particular being keep on speaking and you blind leading the blind. I don't like stuff like that. If you're gonna teach and if you're gonna talk with decency and also respect your ancestors. Respect your ancestors that were enslaved, that practiced that. Respect your Afro-Latino brothers and sisters that actually protected that so you can get on board and find out who the heck are you connected to. Did y'all even know that there's a South Carolina location that practiced this? But the king was actually murdered by his sister. Rest in peace to that brother. Rest in power. May he rest with their ancestors. We've been sitting on stuff and didn't know we was sitting on gold. But you're yet to talk about you being chosen. Listen, everybody, you don't have to be on YouTube, social media to say anything about being chosen. That's building up your ego. That's actually building up your ego, and that's also showing ego. From Dr. York Tort, he said the word ego means easing God out. And then he said the word emotion is energy in motion. But yet, you got people that want to stab people in the back about what their spirituality is and what they study. You quick to judge them and call them a witch, and you don't even know what the hell a witch is. Don't you know there's more witches in Islam and in Christianity? Did you know that? Even in Judaism, there's more of them in there, in those religions. And you won't even know. Because they don't show it. People got the whole thing messed up and twisted. The whole witch thing right now. We got men and women. Average men and women, you don't even know they witches or warlocks or not. But the word witch means wise one. I mean wise woman. The word warlock means wise man. It's about the energy that the person uses. It's about the practitioner's energy and what they use it for. It's not about, oh, they practice, they gonna put this on me. Listen, when you say people casting spells on you, don't you know you're actually doing that to yourself? How many of you seen how the throat chakra looks like? The throat chakra looks like the woman private area. It looks like that, which means it's connected to the great mother, which means whatever you speak come into existence. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? They put stuff in movies to tell you. You look at the daggone movie, what is it? The Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks. In the beginning, they show you all the symbols, even the so-called hexagram that they call the Star of David, being connected to the feminine force. I don't get it. But you got these people literally saying, oh, that's witchcraft, that's evil, that's madness. But you don't do the research. But you'll use the King James Bible, which is not the correct Bible, really. The people that hold the real Bible in Ethiopia know it or not. The Ethiopian people, the people of Ethiopia, the people also in the Sudan, the people also in the Yoruba and the Igbo are connected also to the Dogon, which is also connected to us over here. Because remember, this planet at one point in time was all land. You learn this stuff. And then what happened? Climatic change, all of that broke up to pieces. Water, underwater. People don't even realize Atlantis was real. Let me tell you, me and Miss Shelley talked about this whole FBA thing. That was made up. in front of Congress. You can't say I'm a foundational, what is it, foundational Black American. That don't exist in the court of law. That's another thing. We as melanated people don't even study law. The word black, honestly, the word black in the Black Laws Dictionary, I think the 5th edition, and not the 4th or 5th edition, the word black, deaf. These are statuses. White is a status, not a color. We really got to wake up. That spell is real deep. Real deep. You can't be a Moor and say I'm a Moor and then say FBA. Those two don't exist together. Moor and FBA do not mix together. Education is a very important thing. Reading is fundamental. Cross-referencing is a part of being a fundamentalist dealing with reading and researching. You can Google all day, but you ain't gonna find the answers in Google either. You gotta go into the library where lies are buried, where all the information is buried at. True researchers go to libraries, or they start building up their library, and they start cross-referencing information. Then at the same time, they use these books, these holy books, the Quran, the Bible, the Tanakh, which is the Torah. They use that. Do you know the first 5 books of the Bible is the Tanakh, aka the Torah? We really got to start studying. I'm not bashing about one, but it's like you got people out here that's not telling the truth and saying like this, and 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 this. They want to keep you stuck and put you in a bottle where they can use your energy. The word energy. Listen, energy. What does the G stand for? The inner God in you. You are a God with the lowercase g, and they're taking your energy to follow them. It says it in your daggone book that you have a spark of the Creator in you in these holy books. I know I'm not lying, because everybody keep on saying, yeah, you know, it says in this book that God lives within me. Hell, Mary made a song and I don't even listen to gospel talking about that, the God in them. Like, they putting stuff out there for you to catch. You gotta catch like a football and don't drop that joint. People watch football and see how the people get. They throw the quarterback, throw to the wide receiver or running back. First thing the quarterback and first thing the wide receiver and running back do, they put their hands into a letter, into the shape of a daggone pyramid. Did y'all know that? Or so-called diamond shape, but it'd be like a pyramid. And what they do, they put the ball underneath their arm and whatever, elbow, whatever it is, and they start running. Listen, when a person start having you thinking they're your quarterback, catch the daggone knowledge like a daggone football. And keep running and don't look back. Keep on scoring your touchdown in life. Because a lot of people not thinking. Your job is to think outside the box, not inside the box. Even in their Bibles, they talk about what? Like cyclopses and all that other stuff, unicorns. They have unicorns in the Bible. And the thing is, they did exist at one point in time. Even down to the Nephilim. I'm going to tell you something that they really don't want to talk about. Did y'all know that CERN opened up a portal and found an entity in shackles in another realm? That's something to really think about. And you ask yourself, what entity is that? I listened to Coast to Coast Radio on YouTube. I recommend y'all listen to that. Coast to Coast Radio. They talk about a lot of paranormal and a lot of stuff. Um, and it's hosted by a guy named George Nori. I think that's his name. Yeah, and that daggone chain being is called Apollyon or something like that. And that's a fallen angel that was chained up. See, you got to know how to look at that Bible in so many different ways because it spells in the Bible geology, all that stuff in there, but it was translated from out of Greek. But the Greek got that information from the ancient people that were called Israelites, who also was also connected to with another group of people called the Islamic Hebrews. Because what people fail to realize that the Muslim and the Hebrew are cousins. If not, they all had the same bloodline. But see, all this stuff, people like, oh, well, he said it's the Bible. You gotta outside the stuff. The Kabbalah, listen, the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia, the Kabbalah, all that go back to Kemet too. Nobody don't want to talk about this. People don't even know that Ethiopia have small little mounds or pyramids. We have mounds and pyramids in the U.S. Why you can't go into the Grand Canyon, melanated people? Because they found out that's also part of Tamaray, aka Kemet. The original Kemet or Tamaray was over here. Exactly, Tim. See, I'm giving out receipts. I'm giving out information. Now, one thing I can say, like me and many others that actually talk about this stuff, we have receipts. We don't regurgitate. My job is not to mislead anybody. And I tell everybody, don't believe me, look it up. I give you book references. Learn how to cross reference. Listen, you know why the Hebrew Israelites are successful with what they do? They cross reference and they study their scripture. I used to be one. Years ago, I used to be in that school. And they cross reference. They make sure everything that they say is accurate from what they see. See? That's what I'm saying, Brother Tim. But nobody don't want to see everybody. I never seen our people so sleep. And then another distraction is the gender wars. The gender wars is another distraction. Do you know why the gender wars were created? So melanated people won't procreate anymore. Because these children that's coming from the melanated people are ancestors coming back to save the freaking planet. These children are rainbow children that's coming back and crystal children that's coming. That's why they don't want melanated people to to procreate with each other no more. That's why they're trying to get you to procreate with people that don't look like you. That's not on the same frequency as you. See, I told Mother Shelley, I said, I'm not against nobody. I love everybody. But the first thing I do and say, first thing first, my people come first. But I gotta put the facts out there. The whole interracial thing, do y'all know the only reason why they pushing it because their seed is dying? People ain't talking about what happened in China. Why they trying to get brothers to mix in with their women? Why in Japan, why they trying to get brothers to mix with their women? Trying to get sisters to mix with their men. Listen, this is not a knock to nobody's nationality or so-called race. But I want to say this, and I quote, and it's real. Any race that is not African descent or African, you are considered subhuman. I'm being real. It's documented facts. You have Caucasian uh, anthropologists, scientists are saying the same thing I'm saying. Thank you. Now, now, brother Tim, you've been following me since I left that channel. You and Sister Shelly, y'all been, Mother Shelly, y'all been, waiting for me to keep create this channel. It's growing little by little. Y'all know I said stuff about them hurricanes and tornadoes from that other channel, right? I've been saying watch the weather 500 times, if I'm not mistaken. I've been saying it. I said watch the weather when I was on the other channel before it got dismantled or whatever. I said watch the weather, keep eyes on the weather. And I said we need to go back to our ancestors, our science. I said that, and I said the reason why I'm saying this, and I said that on that old channel. I said many of you that are watching are children of these um beings, meaning the Orisha, the Loas, our deities. I said that. And I said, watch the weather, watch earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. Remember, I said the volcanic eruptions. I said all of that stuff years ago. And when I said it years ago, y'all two are my witnesses. All that stuff have happened, have it not? That's all I'm saying. I hope y'all, able to say yes, so people can see I'm not making this stuff up. Listen, I'm not a prophet. I'm none of that stuff. None of that. I want that to be clear, so nobody was like, "Oh, he's a false prophet." No, no, I don't have time for that. I just, I know, brother Tim and mother Shelly might be busy, but I'm hoping that they say, "Yeah, I said that because I said this stuff years ago." Not to mention other people like Dr. Malachi York. Many other people said that. Dr. Delbert Blair said this. Bobby Hemming. I'm naming people that said the same thing I've been saying. But there's a lot of stuff going on. I said that on that old channel, on that brother channel before it got, when he had all the subscribers. I was saying stuff like that, like, hey, we need to go back to our science. Hey, we need to go back to going back into this. Because that was our way of being connected to the spirit realm, being connected to the ancestors. I said this stuff. I said, be on the lookout for these hurricane tornadoes. Um, we even talked about UFOs briefly. All of us did, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Um, I spoke about a video early in an earlier live that I did earlier today, and I said, look up European Confessions of a Moorish Legacy with Rick Smith. I think that's like a 2 hour long lecture, if not longer. This Caucasian dude, man, this Caucasian dude literally, thank you. And and this guy, Rick Smith, who's so-called Caucasian, man, came out and said to the people that was at his lectures that looked like us. Let me tell you what he said in that lecture. He said, if you see a Caucasian alien, run. He said, they are not for you. This came out of Rick Smith's mouth to the melanated people that was at his lecture. He said, if you see any Caucasian aliens, run. Do not go near them. How many of y'all seen the false pictures of the Palladians having blonde hair, blue eyes? They the ones that Rick Smith said stay away from. I'm gonna give you a little briefing about them. Thank you, Dr. Malachi York, on his book. And Dr. York's book, Mission Earth, they are not the Palladians. Matter of fact, there's a sister on YouTube named Macalessi. Shout out to her. Macalessi and her husband, Cyrus King. Years ago, Macalessi did a video on the Palladians. I'm so mad that they don't have it up now. Macalessi said that the original Palladians look like us. She said that the pale skinned Palladians are I want to say a warlike group of extraterrestrials. They went to the Pallades, and they went to war with those Anunnaki that were over there, and those Anunnaki were scientists. And what happened? They destroyed or destroyed those Anunnaki, and they took the daggone technology, and they went into the Galactic Federation Council and said that they were the Palladians, and they all knew that they were not the Palladians, y'all. Let's really talk about this. So now you got all these people. You got people that's a lot of people that's saying that they spiritualists and ET people that's pale skin or pale skin that are literally saying, "Oh, the Anunnaki are evil. The Anunnaki they did some evil things. Yeah, we got to roll with the Palladians." Fact check: the original Palladians look like us, or we look like them. The Anunnaki, we look like them, because the story goes that Enki, or may I say Ea, Prince Ea, even Rick Smith said this. He said that Prince Ea got the name uh, Anki or Inky from this aquatic group of extraterrestrial beings, if I'm not mistaken. And he said that they were called the Ankhils. Now, is it etymology? I think when you use the word Ankhils, you got the word angels. So they pretty much crowned him. I'm just summarizing. They crowned Inky into the new name Anki or Inky. Okay, and he mixed their DNA in his creation. Him and his sister Nintasog and the other Anunnaki beings that were creating the human species. Here's the kicker: the final infusion was that Ea. I'm summarizing all this stuff. I missed out a lot of stuff. I'm summarizing. Ea pricked his finger, or Inky pricked his finger, and he put his DNA into his creation. Inky went to war with his brother. Inky lost the war with his brother because what happened? Enlil wanted to keep the creation enslaved, and they were dying off. Nintasog said, "No, they're killing our creation. Their creation was their children. When you create something, it's your child. Keep that in mind." So what happened? Him and Inky, Enlil and Inky got into a war. Inky lost. Inky was banished during that time to be on Nibiru or Nibiru or Nibiru. I'm trying to pronounce how Dr. York said, but he was banned on not going in Nibiru or Nibiru. There, he was given multiple names that Christians are afraid of today. Mainly Christians scared of today. He was considered the fallen one. This is true story. People don't even want to hear this. That's the sad part. You want to hear all the stories of, ooh, I'm in cloud 9. I did the research. The name Enki or Anki, En, in Sumerian means Lord. Ki or Kai means earth. The name Enki means Lord of Earth. I want y'all let that marinate. Cause all the people that study Christianity, they be like, well, the only person that ruled this world is Lucifer. That's what they say. But what if I tell you that Lucifer was another name for the planet Venus? Look it up. Look it up online. Was Venus another name for Lucifer? Yes. Um, Moors, we do this studying real heavy. I'm gonna tell you this: the name Satan deals with the planet Saturn. It's connected to the Egyptian deity name Set. Don't believe me? Look it up. Right? Nobody want to talk about this. But the story that I'm saying is these stories of the Anunnaki, the stories of all these different deities or entities, multi-dimensional beings. A lot of you don't even realize that some of you, if not many of you, are connected. to these different beings, and you are multidimensional. Do the research. Scientists are finding out that there's more than one freaking uh, 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 dimension, which means there's multi-dimensional versions of you. I'm trying to get many people to understand that this is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on here so long just talking, and you got to look at that. Nobody don't want to face the fact that, hey, you mean to tell me that my bloodline come from this particular Prince Ea, and 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 their story, he was the one that fell from grace. Yeah. So you mean to tell me, yeah? You mean to tell me that, yeah? So you mean to tell me, because Enlil wanted to kill you off. He wanted to kill you off, melanated people. And you know what he took the title as? You really want to know? Yahweh. But guess what? It gets interesting. I told y'all that any name ending with AH is feminine, right? There's a duality to everything. There's also a story about Moshe, who you call Moses. And in in the stories of the Anunnaki, he went by the name of Uphishtim. Uphishtim. Uphishtim was visited. Well, Uphishtim was Noah. That was another name for Noah. So Uphishtim was told by, some people say the story goes, it was Enki that told him to build the ark because there was a flood coming. True story. The same one you call Lucifer, and all that other stuff, came and told Uphishtim, like, hey, you need to build that ark, man. I'm just summarizing. He built that ark, right? The duality of a lot of this stuff. I mean, all this stuff is so broken. That's why you got to put it all together. I'm just summarizing because I can't tell you the whole story. It's not like I don't know. I just can't tell you the whole story on a daggone live because that's too much information. And I need to get something to eat. And I need to sleep. So I'm gonna just summarize certain things to get some pieces together so you can start puzzling everything. So Enki told Uphishtim to go ahead and create the ark for the flood, yada yada yada, right? He did that because he said, pretty much it's gonna be a flood coming. Summarizing it, next thing you know, he did that. He did what he did, and y'all know what happened in the Bible and all that other stuff, right? I'm just summarizing because I'm not gonna be on here too long because I've been on here for almost an hour. Fast forward. I want you to see where all this is coming from. I want you to see certain connections. And I'm not saying this is verbatim true, but I want you to see the connections here. In a pantheon of the Yoruba, when Olodumare was mad and wanted to bring a flood, all the other researchers trying to figure out why Olodumare was mad. And I'm summarizing, they was like, well, you want to go talk to Olodumare? And they was like, no, I don't want to go up there. All of them was like, The only one that decided to go was the youngest and the smallest of all of them, and that was Oshun herself. So she said, I'll go. And all the others was like, well, Oshun, you deal with love, da 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 da. I'm just summarizing. And she's like, no, I'll go. This is why certain things are sacred and things need to be known to be sacred and known to be true. So she went up there. She turned herself into a peacock, flew to the mansion of Olodumare, while she was flying up to the mansion to stop the flood from happening, she started getting burnt up by the sun, by the raises of the lights of Odumare. By the time she got to the mansion, she was pretty much burnt up. She got there and she fainted and passed out. And Odumare didn't know who it was, and that's when Odumare picked up the burnt the burnt uh, peacock, and these exact words were said: "Father, forgive them. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." So it was a flood situation in the Yoruba pantheon, and she saved the human race. Guess what? Inky did the same thing. The correlations is something. So you ask yourself a question, knowing that the tradition of the Yoruba people is 100,000 year old plus, and we're just finding out about the Anunnaki recently. Someone got some explaining to do, don't you think? Because certain parallels are kind of like questionable, isn't it not? I'm on here to not. I'm like this. I'm not only on here to make you think, but I'm actually on here to have you really start putting pieces together to see what makes sense. Sound right reasoning, like Dr. York said, is better than not know. And putting things together, putting the pieces together to find out what the Sam Blazes is going on to get your answers makes a lot of sense. Dear beloveds, we've been told so many different stories, been lied to so many different times. We got people who keep on saying crazy shit, and we looking like the freak is going on. A lot of stuff ain't making sense now, does it? But these parallel stories I just now said, it's like, what the hey, whoa, what's going on? But when you look up Venus being another name for Lucifer, you start asking yourself, like, what's really going on? Then, yes, yeah, go ahead, eat a sandwich tonight, and just eat two sandwiches tonight. Then I'll cook y'all a big dinner tomorrow. Okay, is that gonna be that's cool?
Yeah, me and Lemon, we was on the game, and then we seen that it was 8:05.
Okay, go ahead and do that. Get ready for school. Okay, give me my little fist bump. Ooh.
After we finish, do you want us to go to bed?
Of course, y'all gotta get ready for school. Y'all gotta wake up early. Don't look at me like that. Yes, you gotta go to bed. All right, go ahead. All right, I apologize for that. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all until 9:30. That's it.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
hmm My apologies. That was the children talking to me. All right, so I just want y'all to think. There's so many hidden things from us. Nobody don't want to talk about the Great Mother, how she had 10,000 names, 10,000 titles, all these different puzzles, all these different stories. And then if you start thinking about it, some people say that the pineal gland is the Lucifer gland. Some people say that. Some people say the whole story about the Anunnaki, all that. They were like, hey, that's dealing with the human body. Da 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 da. You got people that practice Ifa like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like something is not being said that there's a whole book that breaks down which each Orisha represents what part of your body. Ain't that something? There's a book that talks about what each Orisha represents in your body or in chakra. Isn't that something? So what's really going on? I'm just here to make you think more and more, to make you wonder and question. What is this spell they got us under? Dr. Yo says the spell of sleep. He says the spell of Kingu. He said that the children of Inky and Enlil has been a all out spell casting some stuff, man. It's crazy. But all these sleeping people, all these people that are asleep are actually sleeping giants and don't realize it. Now, I'm not here to say, oh, worship, da 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 da. I'm not saying that. I'm just having you think before anything. Matter of fact, we really need to start diving deep to get questions and get answers. I hope y'all follow what I'm saying. But the thing is, where are we going with this? I'm subscribed to a channel where people had life after death experiences and came back. And these people say, "Hey, I never saw where hell was. I ain't never see that before." I'm subscribed to these channels for a reason. And they like, "I just saw my soul family. That's all I saw." They said that's all they saw was their soul family. They ain't even see fire and brimstone. They like, we ain't see that. One lady was like, I had a near death experience. I died and came back, but I didn't even want to leave. She's like, everybody was there. My mom, my dad, my grandmother, my grandfather, people I never even met. It's like we always wearing white, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. See, they doing that again. There was a Catholic priest on YouTube. Oh, they aired it on YouTube. He said that hell was made up by them to bring fear to the people. And Dr. Yoke have a book called What and Where is Hell. And he said hell it can be dealing with the mind. Your mind could be living in hell and it will manifest. Listen, the brain and that throat chakra, you know they work hand in hand. It goes back to what I said. What you speak can make it can manifest. If you're walking around saying, hey, this person put a spell on me, guess what's gonna happen? We gotta think instead of we gotta really start thinking. If the creator put a spark of itself in you or herself in you or himself, whatever you identify the creator, I call her. I say her, I don't say he. Whatever she put in you, which is that spark of herself in you, then guess what? You're living an experience that she wants to live and have and go through. Do you not understand? There's a book called The Kabbalion. I mentioned that before. The Kabbalion, written by the three initiates. Please get that book, The Kabbalion, written by the three initiates. And it talks about all the stuff. It talks about the all, and it don't even say nothing about hell. It talking about the all, and how all is just all. It is there. I mentioned earlier about my other live stream about the Vistica Pisces. Please look this stuff up. I'm just sharing things that make you wonder. You understand? The further I go into getting to these initiations and I start finding out stuff, it makes sense. Look, my godfather, like, he said something to me one day. And I want y'all to really peep this out. He mentioned, he was like, yeah, he was talking about the Freemasons and all of that stuff. And he's talking about he was talking about something, because he knew I used to be a Freemason, like, but I was with the good guys. I was not with the bad. I was with the good dudes. You know what I'm saying? During that time, and that brother who channel I was on, he was a part of them too. You know what I'm saying? And our charter came from Dr. Malachi Yoke himself. That's the only reason why I joined. So what happened? What happened when I did join? I started finding out more information. Then I had my fez. I remember going into the Moorish Science Temple after I just left them alone. I started really going into the Moorish Science Temple. Got nationalized the next day, and I'm wearing my fez. But my old mentor told me what the fez represent. The bottom of the fence represents 360 degrees physical. The top represents 360 degrees spiritual. The tassel represents the umbilical cord to Allah, the cosmic energy, the great mother herself. A lot of people don't even want to realize that the great mother is another name for Allah. That the real name for Allah is Allat. Allat, Allat. Look that up. Allat. That's the real name for Allah. Then a brother of mine, an old brother of mine, he sent me something talking about, I think he said the witches of Islam or something like that. I can't remember all of it. It went into details on how a lot of people don't even know that it's actually witches that's in Islam and they don't even realize it. It's crazy out here. Nobody don't want to talk about all this stuff. Listen, we are living in a world where people are scared of the unknown. They want to be in their comfort zone. They don't want to explore the unknown because they don't want to explore what is not known to them. They rather stay in their box and be like, I'm good, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shayat. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna go ahead, do my everything, do my shabbats, all of it. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do everything and stay on that path. Meanwhile, the higher ups are studying Sufism. SUFISM. Look that up. SUFISM. Sufism. They're going by way of the Sufi. And you know who practice Sufism? A lot of Moors, and they call that the adept chamber. The whole Jedi thing, that's connected to the whole Jedi on Star Wars. Just saying. See, I'm letting a lot of information out. Everything I tell you, you can look this stuff up yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. I was dealing with Sufism. Don't you know, listen, I spoke to a brother that was a high-rank Mason years ago. He knew I was a Moor. He knew I'm a Moor and everything. His brother literally said, like, yo, I get the secret password to the 33rd, 32nd. I'm like, all right, it's an Islamic greeting, y'all. I'm a Moor. He said, he it's the Islamic greeting. I'm like, okay. He wanted his Moorish nationality because he realized, even in the book called Freemason, the African Origins of Freemasonry. Get that book too, the African Origins of Freemasonry. The brother literally said, it goes back directly to the Moors. The reason why the so-called pale man is somewhat civilized this day and time is because the Moors, when they conquered Europe, they taught them arithmetic, everything you can think about, how to bathe and all this. This is all documented facts. The Grimaldi people were also Moors. They civilized what you call the Caucasian people today. Into the Caucasus Mountains, the Grimaldi people went through the mountains and helped them shave and so on, help them try to walk upright. When they couldn't walk upright, you know what they did? They walked on all fours. They walked on all fours. I apologize, I got a little cold. They walked on all fours. The Grimaldi people went to the Caucasus Mountains and they literally showed them, try to teach them how to walk upright and so on. And when they tried to walk upright, you know what they did? They fell down and walked on all fours. Documented facts. The Grimaldi people, they were melanated like you and I. Let's really talk. See, nobody don't want to really talk about this, but a lot of these scholars talked about it in the past and they went over a lot of people's heads. I hope y'all following with everything I'm saying. I'm not trying to bring confusion. Like I said about the whole Anunnaki thing, I'm not trying to bring confusion. I'm trying to make sure y'all can just follow me and start looking at these different pieces and start connecting certain dots. You understand what I'm saying? I just hope y'all do. I really hope y'all do. Because this is the longest I ever did a live. And I'm trying to make sure that y'all catching up with what I'm saying. And if y'all with me, and if y'all understand what I'm saying, please give me a thumbs up, those that are watching. If you don't, then I'm starting to question if you really listening or you one of them daggone agents and stuff that's trying to peep game on what I'm saying and then going, you know what I mean? Because brother Tim, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You've been with me along the way. So then my mother Shirley said she found me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm giving you information and I'm saying certain things like, yo, look this up, look this up, look this up. Not too many people want to give a damn about you learning and looking stuff up yourself. They just want to follow it. Listen, like I told Mother Shelley, I am not looking to be YouTube famous. Bump that. I'm not. She know. She talks to me. She talks to me once. I'm like, dag on there. Like every 2 weeks, it seemed like. Oh, I check up on her. I ain't forget about that information, Mother Shelley. I got you. Um, if I don't send it to you today, I'll send it to you tomorrow. I get the kids ready for school, and then I gotta take them to school, and I gotta make a run with the sons real quick, and then I gotta remember everything that I said I got sent to you, brother Tim. I just need you to get my email, brother, so I can see some stuff because I got some stuff on my hard drive, on my phone, and also on my computer that I can send to you, bro. Um, what I'll do after this stream, I'll just go ahead and put my email in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? But Mother Shelley, I need your email if I don't have it. I'm gonna send you some stuff from my hard drive. I'm gonna send you the same thing to brother Tim. Send y'all the information. Um, some stuff dealing with the no, the Washita and some other stuff. I just don't want to say it on here. Um, but I really want everybody to know that this stuff is not a joke, man. I'm coming out telling you information that people don't even want to talk about. They want you to go ahead and follow them and ask for donations. I'm not for that. Listen, knowledge is supposed to be free. Do you know the information? If I was David Wilcock, how much I would be asking for if you want this information? Probably millions or close to millions. Cause that dude he give lectures and they are not cheap. Just saying. Don't believe me? Look up how much he charged a lecture. Matter of fact, let me go into that too. David Wilcox himself said that so-called black people are very special. He ain't even going into detail, just said they're very special. And said all these other beings on this planet are extraterrestrial. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said the black people been here from day one, and all these other people, all these other species are extraterrestrial. That's what he said. I'm summarizing it. Think about it. Nobody don't want to say none of this stuff. I'm trying to. Nobody don't really want to go into details about how these people be telling on themselves. That's like how what's his name? What's the dude name? Billy Carson. He was talking about yeah, the Anunnaki. They were black people and they look like we look like them. Da 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 da. Soon as he got interviewed by a palm colored person, he asked him like, "What color were they?" "Oh, I don't know." I'm not here to attack Billy Carson. It's like we gotta start thinking about what people are saying. But anyways, I want to let y'all know that I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed some of the information that I shared. I didn't really want to talk about myself, but something told me to just go in about this information and start talking about stuff to have you look at things and start putting pieces together on your own mind to get your own understanding to see what the heck is going on. Because there's a lot of stuff that's not making sense, and it's about breaking that spell off of you, the spell of sleep. You know, but there are such thing of unexplainable things, evil entities. It is a such thing. Peace and love to everybody. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance to you and yours. May she, the great mother herself, bring many blessings to you and love and also most definitely comfort. May she guide you on your journey from here tonight and all into your entire life, even into the afterlife. I want to say I love you all. Okay?